Hello everyone and welcome back to Cobra Vids. Don't believe it's Cobra Vids? It's Cobra Vids! But anyway, today we're going to do another home repair video. I've been getting into doing these because I've had things come up at my own house and I've had things come up at neighbors' houses and I've been helping people out. So this is what this is going to be. This is down the road from my house, and what the problem is I don't know if you just saw the drip right there, but at first I thought it was something dripping down from the shower head, like after they got out of the shower, and whoops, and then it would drip down onto there, and then drip from below here down. But that wouldn't explain why it's growing algae, mold, whatever disgusting shit this is down here. So I've kind of kept an eye on it, and if I take the camera in closer, up on the other side, you can see that there is some serious signs of water right under there. So I believe that this shower valve, the actual valve inside, is leaking. So what I've got to do is I've got to shut off the water, remove the handle, the hardware, and rewind and remove the core, the little insert, and go to the hardware store and pick it up. When I get this off, I'm going to try to clean this up to see if we can save some money and not have to replace this hardware, because just this hardware here can be $50 to $75. So very expensive to just replace if you didn't have to. And it's not like this is a fancy shower, so we're going to go ahead and save as much money as possible and do it as cheaply as possible. Cheap as in low cost, not parts. You never want to cheap out on parts if you can help it. Right here is more than likely an Allen wrench. Could be a flathead screwdriver, but it's normally an Allen wrench that holds the handle on, and then everything comes off from that. But first of all, we're going to remove the handle and the hardware, get down to the valves so that we know we don't have any problems. There may be an issue with this this screw here that I might have to cut this off and go from there. But anyway, I'm gonna go get some tools and see if we can get that off and get started. Alrighty, so I got a small set of Allen screws, so we can go ahead and try to find one that fits in this hole here. Ooh. Alright, so now we got a headlamp in here. Of course, I don't see anything in here that resembles an Allen wrench or a flathead. We just have to cut this fucker off. Oh my god. This is turned out to be pretty difficult. I don't want to have to cut it. Hey, shut up. Go. Fuckers. Okay guys, finally, as you could see, I had a hell of a time getting this off. You see all the hard water. Well, that had actually completely encased this little Allen screw thingy that held this on. So I was unable to get it out with a normal tool, but I was able to drill it out. It's drilled out. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to buy a new handle. That's more money that I didn't want to spend, but that is the only way to get it off. I'm sure there'd be people screaming at me, no, you should have used a thingamabop. Well, you tell me what that thingamabop is and I'll use it next time. But right now, that's about it. So now I gotta pull off. Ooh, that was wet inside. Gotta pull off all the rest of the parts here. There's an O-ring back here. Probably keep water from going back that way. All this has to be cleaned up. This looks like a threaded piece here. I gotta get some pipe wrench probably. All right. Oh, need a pipe wrench for that. Might have to even heat it up. I'm gonna have to get the. All right. Ooh, I was brave leaving that up there, huh? Well, I've actually got to. Interesting. It's leaking like crazy. Might have to go get a. I gotta go turn off the water. What we're going to do is we're going to attempt to shut the water off coming into the house, which would be this valve right here. Oops, this valve right here. I forgot I had it zoomed in. So let's try to shut this off. Okay. Okay. So now we got the water off to the house. Okay, back at this mess. What we're going to do is we're going to heat up this ring here. That is what is going to, that's what's going to release the insert that's leaking. And we're just going to heat it up just enough to help break loose whatever's. Okay, I'm sure it's plenty hot now. Roll off this O-ring just in case we have to reuse it. Looks like it's still in good shape. That way we can heat it more effectively. Water's boiling out of there now, so let's see how it. Alright guys, after a tremendously difficult time, got it broken loose. Okay. There we go. This was a problem, man. I thought I was going to snap it off from the wall and have to replace the entire thing. Wow, that was pretty corroded. Now I should be able to pull this out without too much problems. And this is the insert. Now a second, I've got to get me a small hammer. This is exactly why in Arizona we have water softeners and filters. Okay, it's coming. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, well there's the core. No ring in there, that's probably what was leaking. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Okay guys, well, there you have it. It's torn apart. This is a valve that I've never seen before. I hope I do not have to replace it, because I would have to remove the entire shower thing. Well, actually, I could probably undo all the fittings if I could get them undone and unscrew it and pull it out this way. But that's something I do not want to do. I'm going to have to put this together and then turn the water on and see if any of these are leaking. Because it almost seems like it's leaking up in here. But then again, it could be because the idiots cut this hole too big, and the seal that's supposed to seal around here to prevent water from going behind into the wall, it doesn't make contact. So the only one is the very fine foam seal that goes around this edge here, which is kind of crappy if you ask me. Oh yeah, they sweat these on here instead of putting pressure screw on. So interesting. They really did a number on this shower. I've opened up many shower valves, and this is the first I've seen this. Doesn't look like anything's leaking right now. Just water that's finding its way back here and building up its hard water buildups back in here from the water coming down the shower, splashing back and going through here. Because what has happened is this fitting here, a professional would have cut the hole specifically for this size. And then they would have installed that valve before they put the shower in, and then put the shower stall in and brought this up through this tiny hole. Or they would have at least made it a little smaller than that. And then this foam here presses up against a round and is supposed to seal it from water coming in this way. Okay, that's the design of this piece. But as you can see, this foam does nothing to seal. So the only sealing point is this very thin silicone they stuck around the edge and this foam here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this full of clear silicone all the way around before I put it back on. And then with clear silicone filling this whole edge here, it's got to seal. and then I can clean up the edges after it kind of squishes out a bit. And that's going to be the only way that I can seal that up properly. Ooh, it might, guys. Alrighty guys, so we're going to go to the parts store now. We need a new handle. We need a new insert cap thingy to attach to the handle too. And somewhere in here is leaking. That's why we're having to do this in the first place. I apologize, but you missed me pulling out the old piece. That was a chore. I had to grab some channel locks and really work it out. I even chipped a little bit of the rim here, right over here. The seal obviously goes about 1/4 of an inch deeper, so I don't think that's really going to cause a big issue when I install the new valve. But I'm just going to take some sandpaper and clean up some of the hard water corrosion stuff. I've got a wire brush here to clean up the threads of the piece that screws in here. And my little chip I made is about even with this chip here, which the thing slides into. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. If so, then I'll just have to replace the entire valve behind the wall. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think we are going to be in luck. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up the inside because there is, whoops, face course side down. There is there's a sealing surface. A sealing surface. A sealing. Yeah, there's a sealing in here. It's right there. Just so you know, I'm not joking around. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up this area here so that everything goes a little smoother when we start installing this. Because getting this inner piece here out, I know you saw that on camera. To get that out, holy moly, it was next to impossible. Fortunately, I was able to pop it out without too much damage, because the last thing I want to do is replace this. That's a little more work than I was willing to do. Okay, I'm just looking back in here. There's just these tiny little holes where the new seals go. And they look pretty, they feel pretty gnarly. I can clean them out some. I'm going to get some lubrication to reinstall these pieces so that everything slides in nice and smoothly. The water will just wash away, so the first shower out of here is going to be a little greasy shower. So we'll let the water run plenty to wash out any lubrication. It's just going to be a Vaseline, a little Vaseline jelly, and that's all that we're going to use to lubricate pieces. Oh yeah, that's feeling much better. Just in case you were curious at what I was doing, I'm going to show this to you. Those are the little holes right there that I was cleaning out. And one of those there is hot and cold, and the water comes out, and when it comes out, it mixes inside this valve and then comes back out and in and goes up this hole, and that's where the water comes out at the shower head. So Alrighty. Well, if you're all ready, I think we're all ready. Okay, here is the replacement valve that we bought. This valve is going to be a direct replacement. It's nice when you sharpen your knives up. Okay, this is a direct replacement to that valve, and it looks kind of like a Minion or Homer Simpson. I don't know why. My wife brought that up to me, and I can't not see it anymore. Okay. All right, so now we're going to get this valve installed here. We're going to put a little bit of lubrication on these rings so that we don't have any issues with getting them installed. So the O-rings don't roll, because that's what you're wanting. You're wanting to prevent your O-rings from rolling when you get them going in. You want them to just slide in. Just like my my job I did on my own bathtub. When you are replacing seals, you want them lubed up. Normally, if I'm doing a seal like on a car, I would use some assembly grease. That'd be fine, but this one is a little different. This is very, very firm to get in there. There we go, it all went in, and that's how nice it goes in when you have things lubed up. And I'm going to clean up the rings with my wire brush here. I'm just going to take my wire brush and clean up the rings some. I'm using copper brush to clean a copper part. And the reason I'm cleaning up the rings is to prevent it from binding up when I'm putting them on, and that's why I cleaned up this side as well, so that we're all good to go. Okay. Alright. Let's carefully get this. All I'm going to do is get this installed here. Get this just hand tight so I can check for leaks. Okay, that's hand tight. I'm going to go turn the water on and make sure that there's no leaks at all. Oops. Sorry! No leaks so far. So let's turn on the shower. Let's see if I got this set right. Let's close this up so it's not splashing a bunch. It's got air in the lines. It'll take a second. What I'm trying to figure out is if I got this valve turned right. Just a light little turn. We need to make sure that it is cold water coming out of here. And it is. I want to see if we have some nice hot water coming out of here. A lot of air in those lines. Oh yeah, nice hot water. That is very, very hot. Okay, so now we got the valve installed correctly. Okay. Okay, now as we're prepping the next stage, I'm going to go ahead and wipe all the water off around this area here, just to make sure that there's no water. And we're going to watch it for leaks all the way around this fitting. We're going to watch for leaks inside the wall and here. And if there are 0 leaks, we are going to be 100% happy. Our next step is going to be installing this ring right here. But we're going to need some type of sealant behind it. Where's my our long ass screws? Okay, so we got a nice bead of silicone around the, see if I can get that, nice bead of silicone around the sealing portion. And that should take care of, it. Okay. All right, so now that we got this firmly attached, remember that O-ring I pulled off of there? Well, this has got to go back on. So first off, we've got to clean up this O-ring, which we can do that now that we got water run into our bathroom. Whoops, that's not good for tile, by the way. Okay, just going to clean up this O-ring, make sure that it's going to be clean. I'm going to stick this guy back over here. Maybe I should have waited to coat it until it got on there. Okay. There we go. We're going to go ahead and coat this whole area here with some lubrication so it's nice and slick when it goes on. Alright, so we'll make sure that the still corroded area is pointing down. This piece will work. I would have had to bought the whole shebang if I wanted that changed. So we'll try to get that O-ring up underneath there. Oh, let's coat this a little more. And there we go. Okay, so now for the knob. We're not going to replace the knob with one that was on the handle because I couldn't find one that was long enough. And the one that we went with is a circular handle. Oh boy, our video is almost done, guys, because we almost have a dead battery. Alright, so we're going to make this next part very, very quick. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. As you can see, the valve is in. I just have to deal with that sleeve there a little bit and get it to sit further back on the valve, and then we'll be ready to rock. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, if you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, and ring the bell. Activate notifications so you know when the next repair video comes to you. Until then, guys, stay safe, stay free. Catch you on the next one.